Tithing and giving. Tithing and giving are timeless practices that reflect gratitude, faith, generosity, and responsibility. They are not simply financial actions, they are spiritual and moral habits that shape the heart and strengthen communities. Across many cultures and religious traditions, people are encouraged to share what they have, support those in need, and recognize that blessings are meant to be passed on rather than held on to selfishly. Understanding tithing. Tithing traditionally means giving 1/10 of one's income or increase. In many faith communities, especially within Christianity, tithing is viewed as an act of obedience and trust in God. It acknowledges that everything a person has ultimately comes from God, and by returning a portion, the giver demonstrates thankfulness and dependence on divine provision. Tithing is not only about the amount but also about the attitude behind it. A true tithe comes from a willing and sincere heart. When practiced faithfully, it teaches discipline, stewardship, and consistency. It reminds believers that money should never become their master, and that generosity is a form of worship. The broader meaning of giving. While tithing often refers to a specific portion, giving is broader and more flexible. Giving can include money, time, effort, skills, encouragement, hospitality, and compassion. A person may not always be able to give large sums financially, but everyone can give something meaningful. Giving reflects love in action. It can be seen when someone helps a struggling family, donates to a charity, volunteers at a community center, supports a place of worship, or simply offers food to someone in need. True giving goes beyond obligation, it flows from empathy and care for others. Why tithing and giving matter? 1. They cultivate gratitude. Tithing and giving remind people to focus on what they have rather than what they lack. Instead of living with constant dissatisfaction, generous people develop thankful hearts. 2. They strengthen faith. When individuals give faithfully, especially during uncertain times, they learn to trust that their needs will be met. This deepens spiritual confidence and dependence on God rather than on material wealth. 3. They support important work. Places of worship, charitable organizations, community programs, and relief efforts often depend on the generosity of others. Tithing and giving make it possible to serve the poor, educate children, care for the sick, and meet many urgent needs. 4. They fight selfishness. Human nature can easily become attached to possessions. Generosity breaks the grip of greed and teaches people to live with open hands instead of closed fists. 5. They build stronger communities. When people give, communities become healthier and more compassionate. Needs are met, burdens are shared, and a culture of kindness begins to grow. The right attitude in giving. The value of giving is not measured only by the amount. A small gift given with sincerity can be more meaningful than a large donation given for attention or praise. The right attitude includes willingness, giving freely, not reluctantly. Humility, giving without showing off. Compassion, caring genuinely for others. Faithfulness, being consistent, not occasional. Joy, giving cheerfully rather than feeling forced. Generosity should never be used as a tool for pride. It should come from a heart that desires to honor God and bless people. Practical ways to practice tithing and giving. Set aside a portion of income regularly for tithing or charity. Support your local place of worship or community organization. Help families facing financial hardship. Donate food, clothing, or school supplies. Volunteer your time and skills. Encourage others through acts of kindness and service. Give quietly, without expecting recognition. These practical habits make generosity part of everyday life rather than an occasional event. Challenges people face. Many people want to give but feel limited by financial pressure. Rising costs, debt, and uncertainty can make tithing or charitable giving feel difficult. However, generosity is not reserved only for the wealthy. Even modest giving can have great impact when done consistently and sincerely. The key is not perfection but faithfulness. starting small can still create a powerful habit. Over time, people often discover that generosity brings peace, purpose, and a deeper sense of fulfillment. The blessing of generosity. Tithing and giving bless both the receiver and the giver. The one receiving support experiences relief, hope, and care. The one giving experiences joy, freedom from selfishness, and spiritual growth. Generosity has a way of multiplying beyond the original act. One gift can inspire another, creating a chain of kindness that touches many lives. People who live generously often find that their lives become richer in ways that money cannot measure through stronger relationships, deeper faith, inner peace, and a greater sense of purpose. Conclusion. Tithing and giving are powerful expressions of gratitude, trust, and love. They teach that wealth is not merely for personal comfort but also for service and compassion. Whether through a traditional tithe, a charitable donation, or a simple act of kindness, giving transforms both individuals and communities. In a world where many are in need, choosing to give is a meaningful way to reflect faith, strengthen humanity, and make a lasting difference. Tithing and giving are not just duties, they are opportunities to live with purpose, generosity, and a heart that truly cares.